What is up, guys? This is gonna be my first podcast for my new show. As you guys are gonna know eventually, I'm gonna be posting a lot more, but my name is Giuliano. And the whole point of this podcast, like this whole thing I'm trying to do, is, to try like reaching out for my dreams, becoming a sports analyst and possibly going on ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS, all this stuff all the stuff in the States. And I feel like why not get like your career started in the sense of doing a podcast, doing a show, and I feel like this is the best way to, get started on it. So pretty much what I'm gonna be doing is talking a lot about the sports world, like, I'm doing hockey, soccer, football, Formula One. Starting to get into a bit of baseball actually. But I'm just gonna be giving out my opinions, um, what I think of certain scenarios, how things could happen, scenarios with teams, all that type of stuff. I'm really, really excited to do this. Like, I love talking about sports, so hopefully this is going to be a good platform where I can just voice my opinions, and hopefully if I continue doing this along down in the future, I'll hopefully get recognized and hopefully get a viewership. I'm still trying to make like the platforms on like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, but I think like this video is going to be posted on YouTube as you guys are going to be seeing now. But I'm really excited and I cannot wait to like do like this whole show. Can't wait to voice my opinions. But yeah, today is January 16th and I'm not gonna end the video right here, it's my first podcast. Maybe like a little, say 8 more minutes of it. But there's nothing better than talking about football. It's the NFL playoffs around, divisional round is this Sunday, well, Saturday and Sunday. You know, we'll talk about it a bit. Why not? So, I actually had originally made a bracket for like who I think is gonna win the playoffs and all that stuff. Kind of hit a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so I got some right, some wrong for sure, and I did pretty solid. I won't lie. My first, my first bracket that I did, because I had done two. One was like what I want, who I want to win. The second one was who I think is gonna win. Had Houston, Los Angeles. Listen, I could get into details about the wild card round, but since it already happened, it's not gonna be any point of it. So I'll just straight up talk about the divisional round. But for Houston and Los Angeles, I had Los Angeles winning. Houston won. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, I had Baltimore, they won. But Buffalo and Denver, I had Buffalo, they won. So as we know now, on January 16th, it's Los Angeles and Houston, Buffalo, Baltimore on the AFC side. For the Houston and Kansas City game, I have Kansas City taking this game. You had 3 weeks to rest, to get prepared for this divisional game. Resting the key guys like Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, even Isaiah Pacheco coming off that big injury that kept him out all year. Those are key guys. Even Patty Mahomes coming off that high ankle sprain, like he still played. He was still good. Don't get me wrong, but like he wasn't playing at his best. Now you got 3 weeks to heal it, man. That's a lot of time. You heal that thing and you're good. So I have Kansas City winning the game. I don't think Houston's going to be able to do well. The only way I see them doing well and possibly keeping it a one-score game or even winning, I give them a chance of winning. It's football. Anything could happen. But I still think Kansas is going to win. But the only way Houston wins is their defense has to step up like they did versus Los Angeles. Like, making Justin Herbert have 4 interceptions, even though one of them wasn't really his fault. Still, the player was right there at the right time. He got the pick. Simple as that. Um, but Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, they're gonna have a monster game. I'm not sure if it's the left tackle or the right tackle, but I think it's the left tackle. I could be wrong on Kansas City. I think his name is Juwan Taylor. That guy is the third most penalized guy in the whole league as an offensive lineman. If he continues to play like the way he's been playing all year and taking those penalties and getting beat and all these things, that could be a serious problem for Patrick Mahomes. So by saying that is, yes, do I believe Houston has a chance of winning? I do. Do I think they will? No. Because again, you also are facing Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and D-Hop, who I think is going to do well after having 3 more weeks to really get used to the offense. And even though he's been there since like week 8, like still, like those 3 weeks do a lot. Like you rest your body. He ain't at it in his prime no more. He ain't young. Like You have 3 weeks to get ready and do what you have to do. So I think Kansas City takes the game. Trent McDuffie's gonna have to lock up Nico Collins, or else he's gonna have a big game too. So again, there's these little key factors, but Houston's gonna have to play some outstanding ball, and I don't think it's gonna happen. But good luck to Houston. They'll clap their hands for you. Buffalo and Baltimore. This is by far my favorite game of the week. I have Baltimore winning. I think it's gonna be a super close matchup. I think Josh Allen and Lamar are gonna go head to head. MVP front runners. It's gonna be an absurd game. Absurd game. But Baltimore's gonna take away the game. You have D Henry, like I call him D Henry. His name's Derrick Henry. You already know this, but I call him D Henry. Like when you have Derrick Henry on the field and you have Lamar Jackson side by side, like there's no stopping that team. I know Zay Flowers might not play right now. Like as of today, as of the second, Lamar does not have Zay Flowers. Okay, he does not have him. But even if he doesn't end up showing up to Sunday's game, I think Rashad Bateman's gonna have to play really well. I don't think he'll play really well, but that'll have to be a factor. But if anything, like Harbaugh's gonna have to make them run the ball a lot. Like Derrick Henry might have to get 25 carries, which is heavy, but it is Derrick Henry. He's able to take a big workload with the football on offense. Lamar's gonna have to use his legs. He's been using his legs all season, but there's a couple of games where he has like 20 rushing yards, 17 rushing yards. Like he didn't really run the ball, and I was like, dude, you're fast. Use your legs to your advantage. You have an insane arm. Don't get me wrong, but use your legs. Go out there and run. Spread the field. Like run around like a little kid. Who cares? You're fast. You could outrun these guys. So I think if as long as they stick to the running game, I think it'll be wraps for Buffalo. Josh Allen's still gonna have a great game no matter what, but it is what it is. I think I have Baltimore taking it. For the NFC side, Detroit versus Washington. I actually had Detroit versus LA. I thought LA was gonna beat Minnesota and ended up playing Detroit, which happened, but Tampa was supposed to be Washington for Los Angeles to play Detroit. Didn't happen, sadly. I wanted to see Baker in the divisional round. I would have found that so fun. I find he's such an exciting player to watch. He's been playing super good all year. His turnover is a bit questionable, but like offensively, like with his passing touchdowns and his yards, fantastic guy all around. But this Sunday we have Detroit and Washington. Micah Parsons has Washington upsetting Detroit. I love Micah. I'm a Detroit. Oh well, I'm not Detroit. Sorry, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. But Micah's a bit delusional sometimes, guys. We cannot listen to Micah. Like Micah, what are you talking about, bro? You have a 15-2 team. Monty and Gibbs are in your backfield once more. You have Sonic and Knuckles in your backfield, and you really think Jane Daniels is gonna carry the team to a win, bro? No, it ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry, but it ain't gonna happen. I just think it's gonna be like a shootout game. I think both defenses are gonna be playing the greatest, but I feel like at the same time Detroit's probably gonna win by 2 possessions minimum. So I have Detroit in that game. I think it's gonna be a huge win for them. They're gonna go back to the NFC Championship game. Hopefully, they avenge themselves from last year. And next, I have Philly and Los Angeles. I hope to God Los Angeles wins because I hate Philly as a Cowboys fan. F Philly. I can't stand them. But Philly's gonna take the dub. Sadly, it's the truth. It's the reality, but it is what it is. I hope to God LA wins with Puka and Cooper Cup and Kyrie Williams on that front, like on that offensive. That's spectacular. Watching them versus Minnesota was like watching poetry. Like it was like not watching. I meant no sense, but I mean reading poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like it was beautiful to watch. Puka running the routes, making those spectacular catches. Cup wasn't really involved in the game, but like having him as a threat as your wide receiver 2 is still a huge thing. You have to understand that. Like it's huge. But at the end of the day, man, like damn, you would love to see Los Angeles in the NFC Championship game again. It's been like 3 years since they won the Super Bowl, 4 years since they won the Super Bowl. Um, LA's front seven could cause a big problem for Jalen Hurts, but I don't think they will because the Eagles' offensive line is just too good. They're too elite this year. Like I don't think it's gonna happen. But their front seven is really good. The secondary like played really well versus Minnesota. If they continue it versus Philly, I guess they could win. Anything's possible in the NFL. So I don't know, man. I think Philly takes it though. But anyways, I have Philly and Detroit in the NFC Championship game. I gotta go to work, sadly. Hopefully this will be my full-time job, guys, but I gotta go to work now. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be posting in the next couple of days for sure. I'm gonna have a guest host. It's gonna be f***ing amazing. Sorry, I'm gonna bleep that out. It's gonna be effing amazing. But yeah, thank you guys for like watching the show, joining me and listening to my opinions and like, listening to my takes. Uh, these videos are definitely gonna be longer, so I give you some in-depth analysis of each team and each player. But I want to give you guys a little introduction, like my first podcast, first show. I'm really excited. Hopefully we have a bunch more. Hopefully I continue this, and well, who knows? Who knows what the future has in store. But yeah, thank you guys, and I can't wait to do this more, honestly. Ciao.